What is up everybody, I'm hoping you're all well. It's me back once again with some more movie reviews for you guys, and have I got a treat for you today? Well, not today, but coming up over the course of the next couple of days. I've seen 3 movies yesterday and I'm recording all the reviews for them today, so expect some good reviews coming for you guys in the next couple of days. And the review that we are kicking things off with today is a musical! Shut up, Hawkins! In the Heights. So In the Heights focuses on a group of people in a tight-knit community who all feel like a big old family, all of whom have dreams, aspirations, and have the support of each other to achieve those dreams and aspirations. And while our main story focuses on a guy called Usnavi, or Navi I believe is how you pronounce his name, I'm trying not to pronounce anyone's names wrong, but you know, I'm terrible with names. And while the main story focuses on a young man called Navi who runs a small corner shop, with a lot of other small storylines sprinkled in here and there that tell the importance of love, family, dreams, and how having the support of a community can help you achieve those dreams that you're reaching for. And it's a musical, and of course I love a good musical. I am always up for musicals. There's just something different about the energy that is brought to a musical that you can't get with other films. From the energy, heart and emotion you have to bring in all the singing pieces, to all of the choreography and the timing that you have to get right with the dance scenes. There's just a lot of work that goes into these sorts of movies. That's where it's every other sort of movie, but in sort of musicals I feel like people work a little bit harder in terms of trying to get the timing right. If one person's not in time with the other, then you have to redo the entire thing. Granted, that's where cuts can come in and you can kind of trick the camera around that. When the choreography is just spot on and everyone's just giving it their all, it's nice to see the camera just linger on everything and just see all the hard work pay off. And I have to say, the music for this movie was great. I loved every single song in this film. I mean, I wasn't expecting not to. It's from the creator of Hamilton, Lin-Manuel Miranda. He knows how to write good music. Hamilton being one of my favourite musicals that I've still yet to see on stage, but I absolutely adore the soundtrack. I listen to it on repeat at least once a week. And it's interesting to see him go from a stage production in Hamilton to working on a film in this movie, but I think he transitioned into that really well. Granted, the movie's not directed by him. I don't believe Hamilton's directed by him either. The movie is actually directed by John M. Chu, I believe is how you pronounce his name, who was the director of Crazy Rich Asians. And I have to say, from a directional standpoint, he did a phenomenal job in this movie. He was able to capture and bring out such heart and soul from other people's performances, as well as making this small community feel a lot bigger and larger in scale in the musical numbers that they put up, and of course for colours. It's a very bright and colourful movie. The cinematography for this movie is astounding. As I mentioned, it just brings a different sort of energy to other films you'll see. The cast all do a fantastic job as well. I'm going to be careful not to butcher anyone's names in this review if I can. Kicking things off, you have Anthony Ramos as Navi, who is absolutely fantastic in this film. He's our main sort of protagonist. We follow him throughout the majority of this movie. He's a very likeable character. You can sympathise with him. You understand him trying to achieve the dream that he's trying to achieve. He's a very likeable character, very sympathetic character. You really do get behind him in wanting to see him achieve his dream. But he's also a very conflicted character as well. While he's got this dream where he wants to go back to his home country and run his father's old bar, he has people in his community that he cares about, that he has a strong connection with, and so in that he has people that if he does leave, that will miss him. And it tackles that difficult question of if that dream is really something that you have to go away for, or if it's something that can be found closer to home. But that even if it was far away, you'd still have the support of everyone around you to go and achieve that dream. You then have Vanessa Barura, I believe is how you pronounce her name. Is that her name? I feel like I've forgotten her name. It's Melissa Barura. Vanessa is the character's name. She plays the main love interest with Navi in this film, and her aspirations are to be a fashion designer. But as she's finding it, it's very difficult to get into that sort of industry, especially when you come from a sort of lower class background with no real support from any people around you. As we find out, this movie does tackle how minorities are treated and looked down differently upon to obviously white middle class people, and how it can be a lot more difficult for them to find jobs based on their own ethnic background. And what I love most about the movie tackling that sort of issue is it wasn't the main focal point of the film. It certainly has a presence throughout the entire runtime of this movie, and it clearly affects characters in certain ways, but the main focal point of this movie is family, is community. It's about having the people around you love you and support you, and that if you work hard enough you can achieve any dream you're striving for. You then have Leslie Grace as Nina, who in this movie is feeling a little bit lost. She's not 100% sure if she wants to go for the dream that she originally had. She's come to a crossroads in her life and she's not sure which path to go down. While she's gone off to college, it's kept her away from the people that care the most about her, this tight-knit community that make her feel welcome every time she's home, whereas at college she doesn't have that community and she feels quite isolated, quite alone. And it isn't helped that she's been discriminated against by the people who look down on her just based on her ethnic background. It makes her feel lost and alone, and so when she comes back home, she's not sure whether she wants to go down that path of achieving her dream, or she wants to stay here and think of a new dream, or if there's a way to combine the two. We also then have her love interest played by Corey Hawkins. His name is Benny, and Corey Hawkins is just an all-around charismatic guy. He's very fun in this movie. He has a very strong connection with Navi, and while he doesn't really focus on his sort of dreams and aspirations, he's clearly a very passionate man who loves helping out all the people in his life, and he does care about everybody in the community, including Nina, who he does have a bit of history with. The rest of the supporting cast are all absolutely absolutely fantastic as well. There is no bad performance in this movie, and in terms of singing, everyone has got a fantastic voice. As far as I'm aware, there's no audio dubbing, so if there is, I hold my hands up, I must be wrong on that part, but for the most part, the vocals were all amazing, and the songs were great. In areas where the movie falls flat, it is that typical cliched sort of thing that you'd expect from movies like this. In a romance movie, you've got a guy going after a girl, they clearly both like each other, but they kind of find it hard to get to that point. And then you've got the other story of people who clearly have a history together and they're not sure if it's going to work out. And it meets every single cliche in that book. You then of course have a central conflict when something happens to a particular character that then causes a bit of a divide in the community. Predictable and cliched things like that are enough that you've seen enough about them that they don't really feel all that interesting. And the movie itself is over 2 hours and 20 minutes long, so there are some moments I feel could have been cut out. But for the most part, this is a very fun, energetic, feel-good musical that I do highly recommend checking out if you're just in the mood for some enjoyable cinema. The performances all around are great, the singing is fantastic, the music itself is great, the score's amazing, the direction's amazing, the cinematography is beautiful. It's a very bright and colourful movie which just helps add to the energy of the film. It's just all around a very enjoyable, feel-good summer movie, and so for all those reasons I'm going to give In the Heights 4 stars. So, In the Heights, have you guys seen it yet? What do you guys think about it? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comment section below. Thanks so much for watching, guys. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, share the video with friends, and if you want to see more videos just like this one, then subscribe to my channel for more. Thanks again for watching. You guys are awesome, and I will see you all in the next video.